That's enough about the local kids. We're going to close out the show by talking about the position that BYU fans are most familiar with. Guys, let's talk quarterbacks. Some big quarterbacks coming in. John Beck leaves. They've got some guys in the wings. Which of these recruits on the quarterback side are going to make an impact at BYU?
Well, Cade Cooper's the obvious choice. National Player of the Year in junior college, very competitive. He wasn't told that he's going to do the Jason Beck thing and just back up his whole year. He's here to compete. Interesting, he's naturally right-handed, but his hand got broken when he was very young, so he had to develop his left hand. And so he's naturally right-handed, but just developing that. And he played for Timpview, not very highly recruited, but got it done in the junior college, and he's here to compete.
He had a very impressive year down there at Snow College.
NJCAA Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Right? Not a bad credential to put on your resume. The guy that no one's talking about really, that's a four-star recruit, didn't have that great of a senior year. Jason Munns out of Kennewick, Washington. Here's a
guy from the Pacific Northwest.
Great Northwest. As a sophomore and a junior, put up amazing numbers. As a senior, didn't have quite as much support. Had a very young team under him. But he's 6'5" and about 220. Can run, can throw. Very good athlete. Probably not going to compete for the job this year.
Absolutely.
But down the road, he could be the quarterback of the future.
What's a typical quarterback? 6'5", 220 pounds. The guy is a great athlete. He can run, he can throw. And like Darnell says, he probably won't be somebody who'll come in and make an immediate impact. But, whereas Cooper will, because he's the guy that can come in and
a little more seasoned.
A little bit more seasoned, was at a JC ranks and can come in and take the position, much like what Jason Beck did, with John Beck, come in and provide that depth while Max Hall and these other guys compete and have a chance to compete for a starting position.
What's interesting about Jason Munns is when the recruiting process started, he was the guy. I mean, you looked at the most prized recruit on BYU's radar, it was Jason Munns.
Right.
And no one thought BYU had a prayer of getting him. Right. He liked Utah, he liked Washington, but he's a guy that committed, and he was a guy that we didn't believe BYU could get. But they got him, and kind of didn't have the senior year.
So what you're saying is he was somebody that liked Utah but committed to BYU?
Yeah, that's
Aren't we all kind of like that? We like Utah, but we want BYU. Is that what it is?
Well, there's a lot of great players coming in for BYU. It'll be exciting as spring ball just around the corner here in a few weeks. Some of the players say that they're excited to get to spring ball so they get out of these off-season workouts. I've heard that.
Oh, yeah.
But been an exciting day for BYU with a lot of great recruits coming in. Thank you guys for coming in. Brandon, Talo, we appreciate your information. You guys know this stuff. TotalBlueSports.com is where to go to get your recruiting information on BYU. And Darnell, great information as always. So that's all we have time for this week, but we'll be back next week to talk more about what's going on in Utah Valley Athletics.